We were a private academy for girls for 75 years. And in 1959, we decided that perhaps our ministry there was completed because we were getting so many girls in the academy that were coming from broken homes and girls that were having educational difficulties. And Sister Augustine, who was in charge of the academy at the time, got the bright idea that we ought to maybe think of specializing in working with children with special needs. I was in Newark, New Jersey. I was the principal, and as the custom within our community is that anybody who was not teaching down here and teaching in the city or elsewhere, you come home for the holidays. And I came home for Christmas, and Sister Augustine was very sad at Christmas time because the previous August, my community had decided that indeed they would start a school for special needs children. She said to me, you know, I don't think we'll ever get a school for special needs children because nobody has volunteered. That was the condition of the community. You had to volunteer if you wanted to teach in that school. Well, I didn't think anybody should be sad at Christmas time, so I foolishly at the time said, oh, don't worry, Gus. We used to call her Gus. I'll volunteer. And then after the Christmas holidays, I went back to New Jersey. And I worked with inner city children, and I loved it there. And summer came, and I got on the telephone and I called down here to Richie to find out why I had not received my summer assignment. And Sister said to me, well, you volunteered to work with special needs children, and we're going to send you away and get you educated. And the first class that I had was with Down syndrome children, and I felt just so bad. I was so very unhappy. I had 2 or 3 little kids in my class. It was a small group, and I couldn't even touch their hands. You know how you take a hold of a child's hand and you try to teach them how to make letters and so forth. I just found it so hard. I just couldn't do it, and I went over to the superior at the time and I said, you know, this work is not for me. I said, I just can't do it because I know that I will do more harm to the children than good. And I'm asking that I be relieved of this, my position here, and that I go back to Newark to my inner city children. And she said to me, but you haven't really given it a fair chance. And we had a sister who was stationed in Rehoboth Beach, and she was up for her vows that summer. And we needed someone to substitute for her for 2 weeks, and so it was decided that I should go to Rehoboth and I should take over her classes. And if I still felt the same way when that period was up, then indeed I would not have to stay and work with special needs children. I could go back to Newark, New Jersey. So I went down to Rehoboth and taught for the 2 weeks, and when the 2 weeks were up, I came back, and it was very interesting. I know that she prayed for me, and I know I did a lot of praying myself that I would make the right choice because I did not want to hurt those children. And when I came back from Rehoboth after those 2 weeks, all those feelings were gone. And it was very difficult in the beginning because we were operating from an old academy that was ready to fall down, and they condemned the building, and they simply told us to get out, that you absolutely could not have children in this building. But they never told us where to go. They never told us where to go. So for a couple of years, we went from church to church, Sunday after Sunday, trying to get people interested in our cause, to help us to build a school for special needs children. I remember one Sunday I was at church in Wilmington, St. Anne's Church in Wilmington, and I gave a talk. And 2 or 3 days later, I got a letter from a young boy who was on his way to the racetrack with his dad. And he said to his dad, if I win anything at the track today, he said, I'm going to send it to that sister so she can help her kids. And I got a check for $18.25. I always say that the Benedictine school is a legacy to the common, ordinary man and woman, because they are the ones who made the sacrifices to help us to build everything that you see on the grounds here. The school was paid for, but we needed a program for those older teenagers, because we were not afraid to try new things. We constantly kept doing everything to benefit and to increase whatever ability those special needs children have, because they all have something to offer. So we started the Benedictine Habilitation Center. They teach them the things that they need to know in order to survive in life. And the only way you can do that is to take whatever talent that child has, socially, emotionally, physically, educationally, and if it's a small piece, and you take it and you capitalize on that. And it may not be perfect, but as long as it is their best, that's all that you have to expect, and that's all you should expect. Then we started to add on to the school. We never took children that were paralyzed, wheelchair. We never took them. And then we met this little boy, his name was Jakey. And Jakey came, and Jakey won everybody's heart, and we took Jake. But we realized that we needed facilities that would accommodate Jake. That's why we built the clinical center. After that, we added another academic wing. We built a library for the children, and we put in more facilities for physical therapy for them. One of the best therapies for the kids, and it really is the swimming pool. So we just built a very modern swimming pool. It's a beautiful swimming pool. A good friend of mine helped me to build that swimming pool. That's another thing that has happened over the years. I've met a lot of wonderful people that have done so much to help us to do and to build all that we have built here on the ground. When they reach the age of 21, where do they go? Well, they can't stay here. Where do they go at the age of 21? The ideal thing for them to do is to go out and to work in the community, to be part of the community. We don't want to isolate them. I mean, they belong in the community. They really do. So I realized that there was another phase of the program that we needed to do, and that was we needed to build group homes. I had $75,000. That's how much money we had to start this group home. And we had to buy the land with that, we had to buy the house with that, and we had to furnish it with that first group home. So I went to three sisters. We went into Annapolis to a real estate agency this day, and I told him what I wanted to told him what we wanted to do. And, "Oh, sister," he says, "I've got the right place for you." And he went in the car, and he took us to it was like an apartment area section. It was one of those developments, and he took me in this house. Honest to John, it was the pits. It was the pits. And I said, "Listen, man, you don't know. You haven't been listening to what we've been saying to you. I wouldn't put anybody to live in a house like this." And I said, "Thank you, no thank you." So then we went, there was a Roy Rogers 150, and we went to we were so down and out because we thought, "Oh my, here we have $75,000, and where are we going to get a home and a furniture and land with $75,000? So we went into Roy Rogers, and we ate lunch in there because we were really down and out. And right next door to Roy Rogers, there was a real estate agent's office there. I forget the name of it. And we said, let's go next door. Maybe they can help us. And we went over, and we met the nicest lady over there. And we told her where we were from, and we told her what we were trying to do, that we had exactly $75,000, and we needed to get the land and the house built for $75,000. I figured I could go to my friends and borrow furniture or do something to furnish that house. She was wonderful to us. She said, "Sister, I know a young man who is just starting out in the construction business. Maybe he could help you." And she called him. And he came to her office, and he had a piece of land, and he took us over, and it's right across the street from the bowling alley and General's Highway. He took us to that piece of land. He said, I own this piece of land," he said, "and I'll give you this piece of land, and I'll build the house for you, and I'll charge you $75,000. And that's how we got our first home. And after that, it just took off like lightning. At the present time, we have 29 group homes. We have homes on the western shore, we have homes on the eastern shore, and we have homes in Delaware. Our homes are beautiful. Now, people see that our kids or our young people that live in those homes, they're good neighbors. I was determined that they were all going to get a job if they were capable of doing it. I remember when we started the Busy Bee cleaning service, we used to go out and clean, and we taught them how to do it. We taught them how to clean. We taught them the things that they need to do to be sure that they were doing the job to the best of their ability. They did a beautiful job, and a lot of them are working today now because of the kind of training that they got then. And then we built the Jake Lee Training Center, and that's where all of the industrial training work goes on. And we have a silk screening department down here that they work in. We have a printing shop that they work in. They do packaging. They work in the kitchen. They're very good workers. They're dependable workers. They're proud of the work that they do. And the greatest joy they have is when they get their paycheck. But we are on the very last phase of the program, and that is to make provisions for the seniors. We just purchased a piece of land. We just purchased it, I would say, a month ago, to build housing for senior citizens, for our seniors. They say to me, "Sister, I don't want to work anymore." And I jokingly always say, "Well, you get yourself a pillow and go out and find yourself a nice tree and retire under that tree until we find a place for you." So our program is going to be a complete program from birth to death for special needs children. That was one of the things that I always dreamed of. I believe that if you have a dream, you need to work to make that dream a reality. You can't be afraid. You can't let the fact that you don't have the money be the obstacle to stop you. If you really believe, if you really believe in something, I think it's incumbent upon you to see it through to the end. But people are good. They simply need to be given the opportunity. And I believe that. I really do. The last campaign that we had was for $10 million. And I went to this lady's house, and she was someone that I had known for a long time. Just a casual acquaintance. And we were going to ask her for $250,000. And the conversation went along so well. And she said, I asked for $250, and she didn't even hesitate. Then I said, "Well, can you make it $500?" And she did. And then I got a headache. And I said to her, "I have a terrible headache." And so she gave me two aspirins for my headache. And I believe that $1 from someone is just as important as $100,000 from someone else. Because $1 from someone probably means more than $100,000 to the person that sent it. I've always dreamt of a complete and total program for people with special needs. That's always been my lifetime dream from the time I started working with special needs children. They deserve just as much as the so-called, I don't know what normal is. I'd rather be with special needs kids any day than the so-called normal population. And I think that God uses very weak people to do great things for Him. I really do. I don't consider myself any different than anybody else. I have all of the imperfections that everybody else has. But I guess maybe because I'm Irish, I'm a little bit stupid and hard-headed. And if I decide that I want to do something, I really work hard to do it. We always talk about ourselves as the school between two cornfields. People don't expect to find a facility like this down so far in the country. I think Sister Augustine is up in heaven today, and I think Sister Augustine says, "Hey, Jeannette, I passed the torch to you, and you carried it well." And I've had a lot of wonderful people that helped me. I couldn't have done it without my community, and I couldn't have done it without the boards that we have and the wonderful parents that have worked with me. And I've been very blessed. I have a very good staff, close to 500 people. 50 years is a long time, but I honestly believe if you like what you're doing, it goes very quickly. It's very rewarding. I think that one of the saddest things in life is for people to go through life and not have the advantage of knowing handicapped, disabled people. I really do. I speak for myself when I tell you that I am a better Benedictine sister today than I would have been if I had not had the wonderful opportunity to spend most of my life with special needs people. One of the things that's very important to every Benedictine sister is the Benedictine spirit. And it's very important that if Benedictine sisters work in a school, wherever they work, that they leave that spirit behind them, the spirit of hospitality, the spirit of love, the spirit of being prayerful, and the spirit of helping, the spirit of being there for people, that we leave that spirit behind, that the Benedictine spirit is deeply ingrained within the school, and that when there are no longer no Benedictine sisters, that it will still be known and continue, and the spirit will still thrive. I'd be very honest with you, and I would tell you that even though I aspire to being a history teacher, I'm not sorry for the path that I traveled. It's been a wonderful challenge. It's been it's been life-giving to me. It really has, and I know that my kids are well taken care of. I know that.
Hi, everybody. Jay Leno here, joining you from lovely Burbank, California, where we do the Tonight Show. As you know, tonight is a celebration of the 50th anniversary of Benedictine. Although I can't be with you because of this dopey day job, let me be one of many to offer my congratulations to Sister Jeannette and her fellow Benedictine sisters and the dedicated faculty and staff on completing 50 years of pioneering care for children and adults with developmental disabilities. Now, your dedication has just resulted in an amazing positive impact on the lives of kids and families of Benedictine. Enjoy the evening. Here's to 50 more years of enriching the lives of all the special kids there. Now, before I turn this over to some folks that have messages of their own, I have a nun joke. Okay, it's a joke about nuns. I think it's okay to tell. This woman joins this very religious order, vow of silence, vow of poverty, just the strictest. So she's there for 5 years. She's out there in the fields and she's pulling weeds, just wearing a burlap sack and the Mother Superior calls her in and says, "You've been here 5 years. You can say one sentence." She says, "My room is cold." Back out 5 more years, pulling weeds, working, tilling the soil, eye half burned out from staring at the sun, totally blind in one eye. After 10 years, the Mother Superior calls her in and says, "Well, you've been here 10 years. You can speak 2 sentences." She says, "My room is cold. I'd like a blanket." Fine. Back out in the field, wearing the same burlap. It's all worn. Their knees are all torn down to the skin. They're totally blind now from picking these weeds. Finally, after 15 years, the Mother Superior calls her in and says, "Well, you've been with us 15 years. You can say whatever you want." She goes, "My room is cold. I'd like a blanket. And I'm thinking of leaving this particular religious order." The nun says, "Well, good. You've done nothing but complain since you got here." It's kind of a silly joke. Anyway, thank you and happy anniversary, Benedictine.
Surprise! Give me a T! Give me an O! Give me an L! Give me a D! Happy golden anniversary! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Benedictine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Sister Jeannette. We love you.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Happy anniversary, Benedictine.
Happy birthday, Benedictine, and thank you for all your years of caring and dedication to all our special kids.
Happy anniversary.
Happy birthday.
Happy anniversary.
Cheers! To 50 great years! Happy anniversary, Benedictine!
Happy birthday, Benedictine.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
H. T. Y. 5. 0.
T. H.
Happy 50th! Transition 1 and 2. Yay!
Happy 50th anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
Happy birthday.
Happy anniversary, Benedictine.
Happy birthday!
Happy anniversary, sister, and happy birthday with it. Happy anniversary, Benedictine.
Happy birthday, Benedictine!
Congratulations, Benedictine, to your 50th anniversary.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, Sister Jeannette, Benedictine.